Talako Yedele and her husband, when Mr. Bjorns. Remy Chanter later sang praises in honor of the celebrant. In the tribute session, family members and friends of the celebrant showered encomiums on him and wished him well. They described Prince Gboyega Isiaka as a very humble, intelligent and diligent man and encouraged him to continue to be himself.
I, on behalf of the Vice President, says congratulations to you. Many happy returns. I didn't know you were actually up to 60. I was thinking you were just 52. You look so young, and we hope to be back to do your 70, 80, 90, and hopefully 100. I know you are capable of reaching that age. Your mother, I learned, was, almost as old as that before she passed on. You are a strong member of our progressive family, and I hope you will remain so. I believe, not even hope, that you will remain so. Please do enjoy yourself, have fun, and on behalf of the Vice President, once again, I say congratulations. Thank you very much.
The celebrant, who is my brother, a very wonderful 60th birthday. Just like the Vice President said, that you don't look 60 in any way. I look forward to being like you when I get there. He says I should say very big congratulations to you. And like every other person that has prayed for you specially today, we've come a long way personally. But I join my prayers to them and I ask God to bless that which is about to happen. You age gracefully, you and your wonderful family. I wish you the very best and ask God to bless you and open your ways, many more ways for you in Jesus' name.
I'm very delighted to be here to be celebrating with my Egbon and dear friend Gboyega Nasiru, GNI. He's somebody that is worthy to be called a leader, in as much as we have so much resources in our land. But it's unfortunate that these resources are not being translated to results, basically because of leadership. So if there's anything that I like in GNI, it is level of coordination and leadership. And I use this opportunity to thank God for his life and to wish him a happy birthday and to pray for long life, good health, and prosperity. Happy birthday, everyone. Thank you.
I want to congratulate GNI on his 60th birthday. Since I met GNI, he's somebody who I've found to be amiable, very humble, very genial, and someone who is very passionate about the lot of our people in Ogun State. He is someone who puts the interest of others before himself. And we know that he's someone that will always be in our hearts in Ogun State for all that he has done for us. I wish him very happy 60th birthday, and I wish him many, many more years in happiness, good health, prosperity. And my prayer is that we will all be around in another decade to celebrate him on his 70th, for all his achievements, for all he has done, and for all that we are able to do together to take our state to greater heights. Happy birthday, my dear brother.
My brothers, of course, there's nothing we will say today to appreciate our firstborn, who a whole lot of people have said a lot of things about him. And of course, he's a man you cannot continue to quantify or to qualify his qualities. I was 2 and he was 14 when we lost our dad. And I can proudly say that he has played a lot of, he has played a good role in our lives. And attaining the age of 60 to the entire, to us is a great honor. And I continue to pray for him. We continue to pray for him on behalf of Isiaka family, that whatever he lays his hands on shall come to pass. Once again, my brother, we love you more than you can imagine. And your beautiful wife, Deaconess Oluwatoyin, and the children, we love you. Forget what is happening, we love you so, so much. Once again, congratulations. Happy birthday, my brother, GNI. Once again, thank you so much, sir. Thanks so much. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything you have done now. Thank you. Thanks so much.
We are here to celebrate my dad's 60th birthday. Adegboyega Nasir Isiaka, or GNI as you all know him, except we know him as Papa. Papa has been my role model my entire life. He has been kind, he has been understanding, he has been the best father that any child could ever ask for. I've heard plenty of people today talk about how he is brilliant and how he has leadership abilities and all of those things. Papa, I don't remember how we started calling him that. I think it was something my sister came up with when she was like 2 years old. But even like as we grow and as we change, we still call him that, just because he will always be Papa. I love you so much, and I am so proud to be your daughter.
The cake cutting exercise was supervised by Senator Femi Ojudu, who represented the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo.
And I wish you many more years of service to your family and to the nation. I will spell GNI, and after spelling that, you all will shout 60. So we're going to do GNI 60.
I 60. That's all I found when not to the rise.
A photo and video session ensued afterwards as the Boye Best Music Band entertained guests with good music that kept everyone dancing and making merry till the very end.
joining us today on Biscon Television Foreign News. I'm Stella Opara. Coming up in the news, Bandage Trump gets rapture. Biscon Television Foreign News. Now the news in full. Donald Trump on Monday named right-wing Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate in the U.S. presidential election, rewarding a one-time harsh critic who became one of his most loyal supporters in Congress. Trump, 78, announced his pick on the first day of the Republican Party convention in Milwaukee, an extravaganza turbocharged by the attempted assassination of the former president. Seen as a standard bearer for a new kind of populism that has come to the fore under Trump, 39-year-old Vance embraced. Now, with a bandage strapped over one ear, Donald Trump made a triumphant return to the public eye on Monday evening at the Republican National Convention, receiving a rapturous welcome from thousands of supporters 2 days after an attempt on his life. The former president entered the convention arena in Milwaukee with a fist raised and to the strains of a live performance of God Bless the USA. He then slowly walked through cheering crowds of delegates, some with tears in their eyes, before greeting key political allies and members of his family, including 3 of his children. At moments, the audience pumped their fists and called out, "Fight, fight, fight," echoing Trump's cry after a bullet grazed his ear at a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday. The Republican nominee for November's presidential contest is riding a wave of political momentum. The Democratic Party has been questioning the streak on Tuesday after its key military backer, the United States, renewed its criticism of its ally over the high civilian casualty toll of the war. Residents told newsmen of Israeli warplanes striking central Gaza and artillery fire hitting the territory's south, while medics said they pulled multiple bodies from the rubble of the latest bombardments. Hours earlier, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken told 2 top Israeli Washington has been pushing for a truce between Israel and Hamas. But Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh said on Sunday that the group was pulling out of indirect talks for a deal in protest at a recent Israeli massacres, including a massive strike on Sunday that the health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza said killed at least 92 people. After the latest day, Rwandan President Paul Kagame was gearing up on Tuesday for a 4th term in office after winning a thundering 99.15% of the vote in an election where only 2 challengers were allowed to run against him. The outcome of Monday's poll was never in doubt, with Kagame ruling the small African nation with an iron fist as the de facto leader and then president for 3 decades. Partial results issued by the Election Commission 7 hours after polls closed showed that Kagame had won 99.15% of the vote, even more than the 98.79% he got in the last poll 7 years ago. Democratic Green Party candidate Frank Habineza could only muster 0.53%, and independent Philippe Mpayimana 0.32%. According to the results issued, with 79% of ballots counted. In general, the electoral process happened in a safe and transparent atmosphere for Rwandans living abroad and at home, the National Electoral Commission said in a statement. In an address from the headquarters of his ruling Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, the 66-year-old thanked Rwandans for giving him another 5 years in office. With 65% of the population aged under 30, Kagame is the only leader most Rwandans have ever known. The bespectacled 66-year-old leader is credited with rebuilding a traumatized nation after the 1994 genocide, but is also accused of ruling in a climate of fear at home and fomenting instability in the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. And finally, Pakistan says 4 of its citizens have been killed in a shooting attack at a Shia mosque in Oman's capital, Muscat. They are out in force in the center of Kenya's capital on Tuesday after calls for more demonstrations against the embattled government of President William Ruto. Activists led by young Gen Z Kenyans launched peaceful rallies a month ago against deeply unpopular tax hikes, but they descended into deadly violence last month, prompting Ruto to drop the planned increases. Although street protests have eased since dozens of people were killed and Parliament stormed in late June, activists are still demanding the president's resignation, with new rallies called for Tuesday using the hashtag Ruto must go. There was a heavy police presence in Nairobi's central business district, the epicenter of previous protest action, while youths armed with clubs stood guard outside their businesses, newsmen reported. This morning, we received credible intelligence indicating that certain organized criminal groups have plans to infiltrate, disrupt, and destabilize the peaceful nature of the demonstrations, which could potentially jeopardize the safety of demonstrators. Acting National Police Chief Douglas Kanja said in a statement. Some of the previous rallies witnessed scenes of mayhem with widespread looting and property damage, with activists claiming their peaceful action was hijacked by goons. Rights groups say 39 people have lost their lives since the start of the rallies on June 18, with police accused of using excessive force against the protesters. And that's the news on Biscon Television Foreign News Package. I'm Stella Opara. Thank you for staying with us.
Impeached deputy governors from 1999 till present. The impeachment of Philip Shaibu in Edo State has made him the 17th deputy governor to be impeached since Nigeria's return to civil rule in 1999. Shaibu, who has been in a running battle with his principal, Governor Godwin Obaseki, over his ambition to succeed him, was impeached by the Edo State House of Assembly over allegations of perjury and divulging Edo State government secrets. He has, however, been replaced by 37-year-old Omobayo Godwin. There are over a dozen more deputy governors that have been impeached since Nigeria's return to a democratic government in 1999. According to report, disagreements with their principles or alleged acts of insubordination have been common factors leading to their impeachments, highlighting the need for the roles of deputy governors to be properly defined in the Constitution and the amendment of the impeachment procedures. Ondo State is heading into the record books as the only state to have initiated impeachment proceedings against at least 3 deputy governors for gross misconduct, who served as the deputy governor from 2017 to 2021, engaged in a months-long legal and political battle all through the year of 2020 to hold on to his seat, after also defecting from the political party of his state governor, late Rotimi Akeredolu. In the end, it was the court that stopped Ondo lawmakers from removing Ajayi from office. Other deputy governors impeached include Iyola Omishore, who served as deputy governor of Osun State from 1999 to 2003. They leveled a 2-count allegation against him, bordering on breach of oath of office and conflict of interest with the state government, as 17 Osun State House of Assembly members endorsed the impeachment of Iyola Omishore. Kofowola Bokna Akirile. After over 3 years of uneasy relationship between her and Governor Bola Tinubu, the impeachment proceedings against him, Ebebi, a 2-time Speaker of the State House of Assembly, was impeached for allegedly being guilty of 9 of the 10 offenses listed against him. Sani Abubakar Danladi was elected Deputy Governor of Taraba State in 2007. He was re-elected in 2011. He was impeached as Deputy Governor on 4 October 2012. However, his impeachment was nullified by the Supreme Court on the 21st of November 2014, and he was reinstated as Deputy Governor and Acting Governor to serve out the term of Governor Dambaba Suntai, who was incapacitated in an air crash 3 weeks after his impeachment. Jude Agbasu was removed as the Deputy Governor of Imo State by the State House of Assembly upon the adoption of a report of a judicial panel which investigated allegations of impropriety against him. Following his removal in 2013, the House immediately screened and approved the erstwhile Chief of Staff to Governor Rochas Okorocha, Prince Isiaka Nobi Madumere, who was nominated by the governor as the new deputy governor. However, in 2021, a state high court sitting in Owerri, the Imo capital, has nullified the impeachment of former deputy governor of Imo State, Jude Agbaso. The court said the process that led to the impeachment of the former deputy governor was unconstitutional, null and void, as due process was not followed. Sunday, Onye 23, a federal high court in Abuja gave an order restoring Madi Ali Gusau as the deputy governor of Zamfara following his impeachment by the state's House of Assembly. The court described the act of the then Assembly Speaker, ex-governor, chief judge, and indeed others as an aberration and cannot be allowed to stand, describing it as null and void and of no effect whatsoever.
If we not be men we sabi, we no go vote any other person. We no go vote. If we not be PDP, we no go vote any other party. We no go vote. That's why you go down low man we sabi. You got better of them all. Now him go lead us to the promised land. That's why you go down low for governor. Okay, na correct man we sabi. Deputy material 1 million yards. He go follow lead us to the promised land. With Aswe Odalu, he sure for us. Aye. Forward ever and go. If Aswe they we go prosper. Alagoda we know they go back. Aswe Odalu for governor. Aye. Forward ever and go. Mama, if Aswe they we go prosper. Alagoda we know they go back. I swear you go down low for governor. Sure you go vote for PDP. Oh yes, PDP. Oh yes.
As the Biscon Latino Show, BOS, the globally acknowledged leading brand in the cutting-edge, inimitable production of groundbreaking events dating back many decades, prepares to celebrate its Silver Jubilee anniversary. It's time to blow our own trumpet resoundingly, stating the qualities that have continued to endear the BOS brand to all our fans across and beyond Nigeria. In the last 25 years, the Biscon Latino Show, BOS, which is the longest-running general interest magazine program on television in Nigeria, has covered and broadcasted events of social, economic, corporate, political, and entertainment values every week unfailingly. With iconic events dating back many decades captured for posterity, BOS honors those living and immortalizes the dead everlastingly. The Biscon Latino Show, BOS, proudly boasts of being one of the broadcast outfits with the richest library of archives of past events. The Biscon Latino Show's awesome archive of iconic events parade the coverage of convocations of universities, coronations of traditional rulers, inaugurations of state governors in Nigeria, the inaugurations of Nigerian presidents, and President Barack Obama of the United States of America. 2010 World Cup in South Africa, covered by the ubiquitous Biscon Latino Show, BOS. BOS was also at the inauguration of the Alake of Egbaland 16 years ago, Oba of Benin 8 years ago, Oni of Ife, Ulu of Warri, and many more. As for the birthday, anniversary, and weddings of the high and mighty in the society, the BOS archives is replete with very exciting pan and beyond Nigerian super coverages. As for the festivals like Calabar Carnival, Ujude Oba Festival of the Ijebus, Lishabi Festival of the Egbas of Ogun State, and others, the Biscon Latino Show BOS simply is the toast of all. The corporate concerns, the banks, telecommunication companies, and other business concerns have made BOS their prime choice over the years. The newspapers, state governments would rather the almighty Biscon Tv show give the coverage of their awards our inimitable packaging as exemplified by what we have in the awesome BOS archives. The different constituents in different states, because the Biscon Tv show is the #1 program they've all been watching religiously in the last 25 years. In fact, the Biscon Tv show, BOS, commissioned to provide a comprehensive nationwide campaign program. The Biscon Tv show, BOS, was also involved in rigorous campaign for Governor Duoye Diri of Bayelsa State, Senator Hope Uzodi of BOS, with events that span over 25 years, is the one where BOS paid an everlasting honor to immortalize Nigeria's First Lady of all times, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, who died 19 years ago of our game.
Thank you for joining us again on Biscon Television News. I'm Stella Opara. Coming up in the news, President Tinubu jets out July 20, attends a U media meeting. House of Reps to probe 6.2 trillion naira supplementary budgets. In business news, federal government to begin agribusiness institute operations in September. On the foreign scene, top UN court says Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories is illegal. And in the world of sport, global outage hits Paris Olympics IT systems, disrupts accreditation and athletes' arrivals. Now the news in full. Africa since the last meeting in Nairobi, Kenya in July 2023. He added that the President and Chairman of ECOWAS will present the 2024 report on the situation, humanitarian and social development, energy, mines, and agriculture. Now, Kwara State government has received an accolade from the federal government for being transparent in the handling of public funds and in compliance with the International Public Sector Accounting Standards, IFSAS. The Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Oluwatoyin Made, gave the commendation at the 44th retreat of the Federal Account Allocation Committee Subcommittee on IFSA's implementation in Ilorin. The AGF specifically praised Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak for his commitment to an interview with newsmen in Abuja. Also pledged the readiness of the Parliament to subject the supplementary budget to a thorough and rigorous review. According to him, the budget is divided into two main components: 3.2 trillion naira for renewed hope infrastructure projects and other critical infrastructure projects across the country, and 3 trillion naira to meet further recurrent expenditure requirements necessary for the proper operation of the federal government. He assured that the legislative body will engage with stakeholders, conduct public hearings, and scrutinize the executive bill to ensure that it serves the best interests of Nigerians. In another development, the Defense Headquarters today said the military has started reorganizing its operations in the oil-rich Niger Delta region. Welcome back. You're watching Biscon Television News. Now to business news. The federal government has announced that the first National Agricultural Land Development Authority, NALDA, Institute of Agri-Business and Entrepreneurship, will begin operations in September this year. It said the institute would be established in the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria, adding that the first institute would commence activities in Aba, Abia State in the next 2 months. Executive Secretary NALDA, Paul Ikone, explained that the establishment of the institute was to support the growth and development of agribusiness in the country by transforming agriculture into a modern and appealing career path for the youth. This, he said, is through a combination of practical training, specialized curriculum, cutting-edge technology, and entrepreneurial education in the field of agribusiness and agronomic practices. On the already established facility in Abia State, he said the campus is fully equipped with facilities needed to build a formidable agribusiness school. You're still watching Biscon Television News. Coming up next is foreign news. Join us again. Welcome back. Now to foreign news. The United Nations highest court today ruled that Israel's occupation of Palestine is possible, in its strongest findings to date on the Israel-Palestinian conflict. The advisory opinion by judges at the International Court of Justice, known as the World Court, was not binding but carries weight under international law and may weaken support for Israel. President Nawaf Salam said, reading the findings of a 15-judge panel, Israeli settlements in the West Bank and East Jerusalem and the regime associated with them have been established and are being maintained in violation of international law. The court said Israel's obligations include paying restitution.
Hello, welcome to Sports News. From Italian side SSC Napoli, PSG are known to be searching for a replacement for Kylian Mbappe, who recently has agreed to move to the Parisians, but the club is yet to reach an agreement with Napoli over his transfer fee. Osimhen is contracted to Napoli until June 2026, and he has also been linked with English clubs Arsenal FC and Chelsea FC. Regarded as one of the best strikers in the world, the 25-year-old has scored 76 goals in 133 matches across all competitions for Napoli. He has also netted 21 goals in 35 international matches for Nigeria.
Welcome back. You're watching Biscon Television News. Now to entertainment news. Actress Regina Daniels Nwoko has publicly endorsed her husband, Ned Nwoko's bill in the National Assembly, seeking to create a new state, Anioma State, in Delta State. In a video shared on social media, Regina Daniels passionately supported the creation of the Anioma State, highlighting the historical struggles and victories of the Anioma people. She urged everyone to back her husband's bill, emphasizing that the time has come to make the creation of Anioma State a reality. The actress further said she believes the passage of the bill will heed the clarion call for the creation of the 6th state in the southeast, as well as addressing a long-standing injustice. Urine pouches have been used in U.S. courts since 2014 to try and tackle the problem of phones disturbing lessons. Among others, Dave Chappelle, the comedian, was an early adopter in the entertainment world, employing the use of them for a tour in 2015 as a way of protecting his material. His fellow stand-up Chris Rock also used the pouches for his 2018 UK Arena tour. Alban said the Sunday night show was the best gig they have ever played, and mobile phones played their part in creating the atmosphere. You're still watching Biscon Television News. The news continues shortly. Welcome back. You're watching Biscon Television News. Now to the major points of the news again. On the national scene, President Tinubu jets out July 20, attends a U-Media meeting. House of Reps to probe 6.2 trillion naira supplementary budget. In business news, federal government to begin agribusiness institute operations in September. And on the foreign scene, top UN court says Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories is illegal. And in the world of sport, global outage hits.
Mr. Governor of Lagos State, who is the chief host here, and our own special guest and our man who are receiving today, Senator Pope, who's of the CON, and the lovely one, the First Lady of Lagos State. That will be so rich enough, please. The first lady of Imo State Vice Chairman. Barrister Mrs. Chairman, thank you very much. Once the finish the secretary of the round with the state, fathers, that's what the program. Thank you very much, my chairman. Chairman, if you want to and the vice chairman, also engineer. Thank you very much. Once we're finished with the exchange of pleasantries, we're going to take our own dear native land, though try.
Uzodima, CON. Let's say greetings to the special guest of honor. At this point, I would like to make some recognitions. But first, let me say to our guests,
long live the vice patrons, trustees, past chairmen, and elders of the Yoruba Tennis Club. Long live the brethren of the Yoruba Tennis Club. Long live the sisters of the Yoruba Tennis Club. And long live our guests. Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, my lords, spiritual and temporal, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you here today to this very important lecture. But in doing this, I must, for protocol reasons, recognize certain personalities in our midst. I thank the previous speakers here who have recognized quite a number of people. But I'd like to recognize especially Mr. Governor, Brother Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Commander of the Order of the Niger. Brother Governor, greetings, sir. Brother Governor, we have watched with pleasure and with pride the good works and targeted infrastructure you have done in Lagos State. We know for certain that your humility is only surpassed by your penchant for hard work, and your penchant for hard work is only surpassed by your love for God and humanity. Brother Governor, you are most welcome. Brethren, can you say greetings to Brother Governor? I'd also like to welcome very specially His Excellency, Senator Hope Uzodinma, Commander of the Order of the Niger, Executive Governor of Imo State. Infrastructural development targeted to enrich the masses and make life easier has been your hallmark, and the Almighty God will bless you for it. And those who were scared to champion change also join in they join the whole tide of patriotism, but they are not the real patriots. The real patriots are those who stand up during periods of change. We are in an epoch where we need change. The way we have done things in the past has not helped us. But I am not the guest speaker. I'm only the precursor for the guest speaker of Imo State. Thank you very much. Greetings, brethren all.
The past chairman of Yoruba Tennis Club, long live the elders of Yoruba Tennis Club, long live the brethren of Yoruba Tennis Club, long live the sisters of Yoruba Tennis Club. Long live our guests. May those who love us continue to love us. For those who do not love, who do not yet in love with us, may we pray that in their own good times, they may know what it is to be a member of Yoruba Tennis Club. May all those who pass through the portals of Yoruba Tennis Club continue to prosper. Of Imo State, the various traditional rulers that have joined you, indigents of Imo State, businessmen that are Imo but are resident and are people of Lagos State that have joined you. Let me through you acknowledge all of them. But let me warmly also acknowledge our chairman, the chairman of Yoruba Tennis Club, who had deemed it fit to give you this singular honor. May the chairman of Yoruba Tennis Club live forever. I also want to acknowledge very warmly all of our own traditional rulers from Lagos. Several of them have joined you here this morning. I want to acknowledge all of this morning. Your Excellency, you might not know the honor this great club is doing. There have been several outstanding, important Nigerians that this club has given the honor to come and give a lecture. This is Yoruba Tennis Club, the oldest, foremost indigenous club in our country. Thank you. A club that has produced men of timber and caliber, that has produced politicians, industrialists, captains of industries, shakers and movers, but more importantly, that is also a club that is in reality with the common man on the streets. And so it's an honor on an important topic. Where are the Nigerians? A study on patriotism and citizenship. A critical analysis at where we all need to know what part of the divide that we are. And given your pedigree and your rich understanding, you will do justice to this lecture. And we're believing that you've brought friendship, you've brought good tidings from across the Niger all the way to Lagos. And that is a testament of a large number of your citizens that have come here to listen to you, but more importantly, to give you solidarity. And so,
if Biscon or BOS is not there, the man will say, Kebo, no. May God bless you, sir. Now, this one is not in the citation. Let me just say it in 1 minute. Governor Hope Uzodimma, as the chairman of the Southeastern Governors Forum, hosted APC when we're campaigning for President Bola Tinubu. In fact, our governor was also there. Governor of Lagos State was there. Pulled a which he headed the Senate Committee on Customs and Excise and Aviation. Governor Uzodimma holds a diploma in maritime management technology and her diploma in the same field from the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futo in Imo State. He also has a Bachelor of Arts, BA in International Studies and Diplomacy from the Washington University, USA. As the governor of Imo State since January 15, 2020, Senator Hope Uzodimma has changed the infrastructural landscape of Imo State through his popular Road Revolution project, reactivation of public water supply, revival of moribund public industries, and provision of quality healthcare delivery system, and functional and quality education. Under his watch, ladies and gentlemen, as governor of Imo State, more than 100 quality, durable roads and bridges
have been constructed and commissioned. Notable on the list are Olowe Road, Owerri Okigwe Road, and Owerri Umuahia Road. His administration, in addition to providing functional primary health care centers in the only state that has established a Ministry of Digital Economy. Through this audacious visionary move, his administration has trained 40,000 Imo youths in different digital skills. Over 85,000 of them are already gainfully employed. His target, by the way, is to train 300,000 youths in digital skills in the next 2 years. To cap it up, ladies and gentlemen, he is currently and fervently pursuing the dredging of Oguta Lake, Orashi River to the Atlantic with the support and approval of the federal government. The ambitious project is a public-private partnership which, when completed, will be catalyzing the rapid economic development of not only Imo State, but the entire Southeast. With great, thank you very much. Let me wait for that. Could be waiting yamma. Oh wow, you go kai ko bo. Where you get me? I need to in a but I. Thank you. Now his deep vision to better the lot of Imo people derives partly from his love for humanity, which is only comparable to his love for the country itself. And unprecedented nationalist, Senator Hope Uzodimma believes so fervently in the Nigerian state that he will not brook any thought of disunity. Can you put as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Customs, Excise and Tariffs? As governor of Imo State, he has brought the same knack for fiscal dexterity to bear in the prudent and disciplined management of the finances of the state. All payments and receipts by the government are now automated, thus saving billions of naira for the state. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? Here. Before venturing into politics, Senator Hope Uzodimma accomplished himself as a businessman. Prior to his election as governor of Imo State in 2019, he had been elected into the Senate in 2011 and again in 2015. Before then, he was the chief executive officer of Niger Global Engineering and Technical Company. Your hands together for him. Now, Senator Uzodimma spends his spare time in reading, writing, and thinking about Nigeria and how we can build a better nation. His thoughts are usually expressed in public lectures such as this or in books. While the public lectures are countless, he has authored 3 books, namely Giant Strides of a Democratic Soldier, Volumes 1 and 2, 2015, Contemporary Essays on Nation Building, Ndibo, and National Integration, 2018, and Reflections on the Igbo Question, 2022. He is happily married with 9 children. Your hands please together for him. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you.
All distinguished senators, members of the House of Representatives who are here with us this afternoon. The Honorable Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, and members Imo State House of Assembly in our midst. The former military governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator General, retired Ike Nwachukwu, the Secretary Council, Federal Polytechnic Naked, Chief Henry Iko, Ambassador Greg Mbadiwe, Chairman NAMDA Governing Council, NAMDA Zikiwe Federal University, my revered traditional rulers, to global development. Judging from the long list of distinguished Nigerians who have been guest speakers here at the Yoruba Tennis Club and the diverse topics they discussed, it is obvious that members of this elite club truly seek the advancement of the country through intellectual discourses of this nature. Over the years, the Yoruba Tennis Club has become an incubation center for ideas on peace and unity in the country. On receiving your invitation, a number of questions rocked my mind. How will I align myself with the dreams of the founding fathers of a century-old club? How do I give a lecture that resonates with these dreams coming from the Southeast, while I feel at home? And how will I feel at home at such a prestigious club in the Southwest? I was, however, comforted with the answers that began to emerge when I probed further into the origins and ideals of the Yoruba Tennis Club. First, to my pleasant surprise and delight, I found out that the membership of the Yoruba Club is open to all Nigerians, irrespective of tribe or creed. That it was also Nwoked Alex of Achala in Anambra State, who was one of the vice patrons of the club. Moving forward, I was delighted to find out that the club is presently populated by people from all walks of life, captains of industry, bureaucrats, motivated by the desire for good friendship, for good neighborliness, or if you like, for social justice. So the motive is all embracing and noble. This position is further affirmed by excerpts from the club's prayer, to wit, may those who pass through the portals of Yoruba Tennis Club continue to prosper. It appears right, therefore, to say that the Yoruba Tennis Club promotes prosperity for its members and its fellow countrymen and women. As we know, only those who believe in social justice can pontificate on prosperity without fear of contradiction. I'm hopeful that and citizenship. In settling for this line of conversation, I consider that we have had a deluge of topics dealing with so many of these challenges confronting Nigeria, and that we have had recommendations designed to address these challenges. But I doubt, however, if we have taken a look at a fundamental question of the human factor, which I consider necessary for the implementation of these recommendations. This all-important human factor is the Nigerian citizen. I know it may sound pedestrian to ask where Nigerians are. This is because it is not in doubt that there is a country called Nigeria. and the citizens of this country are called Nigerians. But when we look at the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we know how to become a citizen of Nigeria, either through birth, marriage, or naturalization. We also know that the responsibility for the development of Nigeria lies with Nigerians themselves. The assumption is that citizens of Nigeria, like citizens of other countries, should be patriotic because, in the real sense, they have no other country to call theirs. This love of country is what is generally referred to as patriotism. But why the topic? I know some people will be nursing this question, and many more would be wondering what I intend to achieve with a lecture entitled, "Where are the Nigerians?" My simple response is that the issue of patriotism among citizens is currently on the front burner of conversations on how countries can overcome their challenges and attain greatness. This may have informed the decision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCF to find ways to raise the feelings of patriotism among Nigerians. Personally, I've read many articles and listened to many commentaries on the issue of declining patriotism among Nigerians. One of such articles, "The Desertion of Nigeria by Nigerians, Lack of Patriotism, or a Need for a Better Life," by Timothy Onyegoke, which appeared on the business day of January 4, 2023. It was quite remarkable. As a result of this new thinking around patriotism, the most reputable polling agencies across the world now conduct annual surveys to determine the degree of patriotism among citizens of different countries of the world. You can be sure that the results of such surveys are taken rather very seriously in many countries. 4 countries, United States in recent surveys, but in the year 2024, so we shall also empirically determine the level of confidence among Nigerians on the social justice side of the citizenship coin. This is because patriotism must go with a guarantee of social justice or equity for citizens to blossom to the point where citizens are proud to be identified as citizens of a country. It is also true that where social justice and equity are absent, it may be difficult to find true citizens. Expectedly, I reflect this zeal each time I have the opportunity to present a lecture such as this. Often, I look at those things we need to do to make Nigeria great. This explains why only last month, when I had the privilege of delivering the 52nd convocation lecture of the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, I chose to speak on the topic, why universities should lead the way to a new Nigeria. By the way, the University of Nigeria in Nsukka is the first indigenous university in the country. And here I am today, delivering another lecture on the platform of the oldest indigenous club in Nigeria, Trinities, to lead a conversation and drink from the fountains of wisdom at these legacy institutions that define the history of Nigeria. However, on this particular occasion, while I remain optimistic, bring in other essential components of patriotism, to include a special affection for one's country, a sense of personal identification with the country, a special concern for the well-being of the country, and a willingness to sacrifice to promote the country's good. If all these were to be factored into the definition, patriotism can therefore be defined as love for one's country, identifying with it, having a special concern for it, and prestige, which we feel for our country, while patriotism is more about a sense of devotion to our country. Now the question before us is, who is a patriotic Nigerian? Based on the definitions, it could be inferred that any Nigerian who exhibits these attributes towards our country is a patriotic citizen of the country. In other words, patriotism is a powerful force that binds us, we citizens, together as a nation. It encompasses various aspects such as love for one's country, sense of belonging, pride in leadership, sense of security, and national pride. Over time, scholars and opinion leaders have explored these facets of patriotism and have offered various insights into the nature and the expression of this sentiment, which incidentally is the oxygen that energizes a nation. This is so for some other climes, particularly in the Western world, patriotism could be influenced by regional identification, effective democracy, migration and immigration, national leadership, globalization, vernacular culture, and national identity. For example, the United States of American history of immigration and the melting pot concept have contributed to a strong sense of national identity and patriotism among its citizens. In the United Kingdom, the country's history of regional identity has contributed to a complex national identity, while effective democracy and solid national leadership have helped to engender patriotism. That is what is currently happening in Britain. In France, the country's history of national identity and the concept of secularism have contributed to a strong sense of national identity and patriotism. I suppose a deeper understanding of how to raise a stronger sense of national identity and loyalty to our own country. To further ventilate our topic, it is necessary to examine available research and data on patriotism and citizenship in Nigeria to enable us to gain additional knowledge into the current state of patriotism in the country. Consequently, I would briefly analyze several surveys, studies, and other relevant information available so we can appreciate the level of patriotic sentiment among our citizens. Thereafter, we can identify the areas where we can strengthen our national identity and our unity. One notable study by Pew Research Center in 2017 examined the level of national pride among Nigerians. The study found that 85% of Nigerians expressed a strong sense of national pride, ranking among the highest levels of patriotism globally. A 2018 study published in the Journal of African Political Economy and Development examined the relationship between ethnic identity and national identity in Nigeria. The study found that while many Nigerians hold strong ethnic and regional identities, these identities do not necessarily detract them from their sense of national pride. Instead, the study suggests that a robust national identity has ethnic and cultural backgrounds. These research findings provide premium insights into the current state of patriotism in Nigeria and the factors that influence it. But how patriotic are Nigerians today in terms of the parameters we identified earlier? love for one's country, sense of belonging, pride in leadership, sense of security, justice, and national pride, which I commissioned my research team to conduct on patriotism and citizenship. This was necessary for us to have a practical on-the-spot experience of the current level of patriotic zeal among Nigerians. This would help us to objectively address the question of where the Nigerians are. That is, to identify the percentage of those who truly believe in Nigeria and who are ready to die for her. To achieve this, we administered an online survey, and a total of 1,670 people of different ages and levels of education responded. The respondents were made up of 950 females, representing 55%, and 750 males, representing 45%. And in Table 1, which is representing 39%, the ages of 25 years to 34, 280 responded. How will you rate your love for Nigeria? 450 people, representing 26.9%, responded too much. 400 people, 24%, responded very much. 380, willingness to fight for Nigeria. Should a war break out between Nigeria and another country, would you be willing to enlist in the military to fight for your country? Of 1,070, representing 64.1%, said no. 600, representing 35.9%, said yes. In Table 6, dealing with the confidence in our institutions, which of these institutions or organizations do you believe protects your interests better? Do you believe the Nigerian nation offers equal opportunity for all citizens to thrive? 250 said yes, 15%. 1,450 said no, 85%. Country of preferred residence. If you have the choice to decide which country you will live for the rest of your life, which of these countries will you choose? Nigeria. 600, representing 35.9%, said Nigeria. 380 said United States of America, 22.8%. 60 said Britain, 3.6%. 410 said Canada, 24.6%. 100%. And 80 said none of the above, 4.8%. Now, Table 11 is state of residence. Do you reside outside your own state of origin? 900 said yes, 53.9%. And 770 said no, 46.1%. Safety in another state. If yes, how safe do you feel living in another state other than your own state of origin? 180, representing 13.6%, said not safe at all. 180 said a little safe. 410 said safe. 370 said very safe. And 180 said extremely safe. And 17% said they have little love for Nigeria or none at all, respectively. What this means is that a greater majority of Nigerian citizens love their country. When you add the percentage of those who love her too much and those who said very much and moderate alone, as the survey revealed, it is interesting that many Nigerians feel safe to live in states other than their own state of origin. Why 28% feel very safe living in another state in Nigeria outside their state of origin? 13% feel extremely safe, with another 31% feeling safe. This means 72% of Nigerians, only a total of about 28%, feel either unsafe or not safe. Also, the majority of Nigerians feel quite safe amidst Nigerians from other ethnic groups. Slightly safe, they don't feel safe. Regarding the country of preferred residence, including Nigeria, a sizable number prefer to live in the north at 22%. Again, Nigeria had the highest number of respondents, 46%, preferring to live here. This means that many Nigerians want to live in their own country. Regarding the confidence in the ability of the security agencies to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians, 38% are not confident, 33% are slightly confident, 12% are confident, and another 12% are very confident, with 5% saying they don't know. This means that majority 57% are confident one way or the other that the security agencies can protect them, and their 43% are not confident. Provides equal opportunity, 3% have little or no love for Nigeria. The middle age group, 35 to 44 and 45 to 54, are also quite patriotic. For 35 to 44, 58% love Nigeria very much or too much. For 45 to 54, expressed strong love very much, too much, than little or no love for Nigeria. Our survey also showed that young people are the most willing to serve. Nearly half, 44%, of young Nigerians from the age of 18 years to 24 years say they will want to enlist in the Nigerian military if need be. This is the highest percentage among all. Now, let us look at the takeaways from our study. First, let me observe that most of the findings from our survey are to a large extent in sync with the findings of the previous surveys conducted by the scholars whose studies I referred to earlier. However, citizens of developing countries are believed to have a stronger desire to go to war than citizens of developed countries. In a survey on the willingness to go to war conducted by World Atlas in 2018, Morocco and Fiji Islands came tops because 94% of their citizens showed a willingness to go to war for their country. To weaken knowledge of a country's value, the history of the country, the culture of the country, and the critical assessment of the government and personal negative experiences such as injustice, inequality, and corruption. Distinguished audience, I make bold to state that our great nation faces a variety of threats that strike at the heart of our patriotism. I crave your indulgence to speak frankly about these issues, for only by acknowledging them can we hope to overcome them. Although the security situation in our country has witnessed tremendous improvement in recent times, the damage done by waves and seasons of sheer brigandage across the country is simply bewildering. From the insurgency in the northeast to the banditry plaguing the northwest, from the communal clashes in the Middle Belt to the rise of separatist agitations in the southeast and southwest, these threats not only endanger our citizens, but also erode the fabric of our nation from them. Your gaze, I feel, will be as good as mine. Political challenges, too, Political challenges cast a long shadow over our nation. Corruption, if I am not the one, no man should be. Disrespect to leadership, inability to cooperate and support national sovereignty. The insidious cancer continues to eat away. The issue of declining patriotism is a global phenomenon. Even developed countries, including the almighty USA, are currently grappling with the challenge of declining patriotism among their citizens. Thus, I stand here today to tell you that all hope is not lost. The spirit of Nigeria, that indomitable will that has seen us through countless trials, still burns bright. Our potential remains vast. Our resources are abundant, and our people are resilient. We simply need a renewal of our national spirit, tirelessly, to address these challenges, to build a Nigeria that provides security, prosperity, and justice for all its citizens. Look at the current policies of the new administration. Let us not be aggrieved by the actions of the past. Let us evaluate the present realistically and pragmatically. This task falls not just on the government, but to every Nigerian. We must each play our part in rebuilding trust, in promoting unity, in rekindling the flames of patriotism among Nigerians. We must remember that Nigeria is more than just a geographical expression. It is our home. It is our heritage. It is our hope for the future. But how do we face these challenges practically? How do we renew patriotic zeal among 225 million people who call Nigeria their home? How do we reclaim and bring back the Nigerians who do not feel that their country has offered them sufficient space for equality and social justice? Hereunder is my opinion on how this can be achieved. One thing is clear. I hold the view that these Nigerians have never given up on Nigeria, so they can be reclaimed. Thus, I found plenty of solace in the article written by Timothy Oyegoke, a very high level of interest in the affairs of the country. For example, I received countless invitations by our diaspora Nigerians to come and talk about developments in Nigeria. How do we bring back the Nigerians? Every day we are faced with situations that make us wonder the kind of country we would bequeath to our children. The thought or prospects of bequeathing a country devoid of nationalism, devoid of security and patriotism, is scary, and the task of reclaiming Nigeria is an urgent one. Thus, allow me to outline a number of strategies that will bring back the unique feelings of pride in being a Nigerian, and this will, in turn, the sitting ways of a pledge, the bright colors of a flag, and the wishes of our forebears will not be enough. Accountability, integrity, and purposeful leadership must be at the forefront of our efforts if we must achieve the desired result. We cannot expect patriotism to flourish in an environment where corruption and nepotism go unchecked. I am convinced and I'm happy that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is on track to rebuild Nigeria. Recent reports from PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, indicate that some of the desired positive economic changes has expressed desire and capacity to fight corruption and enthrone good governance. Inclusive governance is another hallmark that we should encourage. If the truth must be told, President Bola Tinubu has, by the equitable spread of critical infrastructure, reassured Nigerians of diverse ethnic and religious leanings that they should have faith in the country. That is a practical way of engendering a sense of belonging and a deeper sense of patriotism among them. The major factor facilitating this process is inclusivity. When people believe they belong, that sense of belonging makes it easier for them to believe in emphasizing our shared values and aspirations as Nigerians. We must also strengthen our national symbols and traditions. The Nigerian flag, the national anthem, the national pledge should be recognized and promoted as national symbols and powerful reminders of our collective identity and values. We should restore and promote the old tradition of the regular and purposeful use of the national anthem and pledge in our schools, in public institutions, at community events. Additionally, we should celebrate and preserve our rich cultural heritage, promoting a stronger connection to our history and identity. The media and public figures play crucial roles in shaping our national narrative. We should work closely with the media to highlight positive stories of patriotism, not promote to envisage the protests on August 10 by unknown hands. Civic engagement and nationals are indeed endless. The truth is that this nation is not largely merit-driven, and that is our major burn. Let me illustrate this unfortunate reality with a true life story that represents the lot of many folks. Two boys were born the same year in the same city in Nigeria, but to two parents from different parts of the country. They attended the same secondary school and sat the common entrance examination to Unity Secondary School and Matriculation Board exam. Both applied to study law in the first generation universities. The one who went to a federal government college scored 118 in JAM, while the one who went to a community school scored 237. The one with 118 was admitted to the first generation university of his choice, while the one who scored 230 was not. He eventually got admission to a university owned by his own state. Again, both graduated the same year in law, with the one who went to a state university back in Our system must find a way to ensure that firebrand intelligent young people are not frustrated. There are many in this bracket as we speak, and it doesn't speak well of our nation and our Nigerianness. Government could initiate a policy to grant automatic scholarships to those who score a certain grade in JAM. Say, for instance, those who score 300 and above, or those within the bracket of the best 0.05% performance. Similarly, the government can make it a standing policy that those who graduate with first class in federal universities will be given automatic jobs. State governments should do the same for those graduating from their state universities. I actually did that with those who made first class in law in both Imo State University and the law school. They were given automatic jobs in the state. I'm convinced that adopting such policies will ensure that our brightest and best brains are not allowed to be frustrated, just like the case of the man in the pathetic story I just narrated. We need to create enough space for everyone to thrive, and this should emphasize merit. Herein comes the need to take another look at our federal project, which in my view is currently skewed. We need to create sufficient space for all tribes and tongues in the land to thrive without impeding the speed or space of order. This is said. The highest patriotism is not a blind acceptance of official policy, but a love of one's country deep enough to call her to higher planes. Ladies and gentlemen, from the foregoing, it must be obvious that we all have a duty to find and reclaim our fellow compatriots, including those in the diaspora. Speak to their consciences. Let them understand the value of being loyal to the country. Let them not be incited by agents of the system, agents of the government. We must engage them all over in the task of building the Nigerian nation as part of responsibility as true patriots. Finally, I want to leave you with the words of Adela Stevenson. Patriotism is not...
It will no doubt be a good material for the need to rejig our governance architecture. As you may have heard, in the course of proceedings here, Yoruba Tennis Club, founded almost a century ago, was premised on the need for truth and social justice. Public lectures such as this is a platform that has been variously used over the years responsibility, which should be the beacon of hope. Incidentally, is Senator Hope, and is in the renewed hope agenda. So in furtherance of all this, we should rebuild the nation, utilizing those elements he highlighted. You may have noticed that in addition to the current challenges, many attributed this to what is considered a faulty extant governance architecture. And many of the examples that His Excellency highlighted, they bordered on this. So, Yoruba Tennis Club has always been in the forefront of the need to tell it as it is to whomsoever is in power, with a view to having a more just socio-economic society. To make a comment or a little contribution, or do I take it that it's all understood? Yes. The gentleman here. Will you please get in the mic?
Your Excellency, the Governor of Ekiti State, Your Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My comment is that I am here as the head of service of Imo State with representatives of the body of permanent secretaries to give confirmation paper, real life in the sense that he met an Imo State civil service that was not strong enough for what he expected. And so when we talk about patriotism, citizen participation, that is the very reason the body of permanent secretary said we must be here. Because he has done it in healthcare provision, he has done it.
The question is, when these things are spoken, we should internalize it. Not to be thinking that it's the other man who should do it. Everybody has a way of pushing patriotism or the things that can bring social equity, equality to somebody else. My point, Mr. Chairman, is that today everybody living here has a small space he controls, has a little constituency. Can we act in that constituency the Nigerian that we want? Can we build it in that constituency, irrespective of what everybody else is doing? If we continue to do that day for day, Nigeria will become that country.
Femi Okunu, SANCON, who himself is a man of caliber. May I call on Brother Sigismund Babashi Joseph, SAN, to give the closing remarks and also make a presentation to the guest lecturer, Brother Joseph.
Brethren of Yoruba Tennis Club, long live our sisters, long live our guests. I bring you good tidings from the Chairman, Board of Trustee, Alhaji Femi Okuno, SANCON. Well, as you all know, he's in his 90s, and there's a limit to his moving around. Today's lecturer, Senator Uzodimma, thank you so much for this insightful and thought-provoking lecture. I'm not surprised. I haven't listened to your profile being read. Very deep lecture. And I am sure we will all walk away with thoughts in our mind. One of the speakers mentioned just the last speaker said, look, don't just listen and walk away. Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach.
I saw your flex was in my feet, that's why I used to know.
In appreciation of delivery of a public lecture on the today, the 18th day of July 2024, I present you.
Excellency, sir. Your Excellency. Sorry. Excellency.
For Your Excellency. Yeah, thank you.
We want you, the governor of the state, to please step off for photograph, please. The vice chairman of Yoruba Tennis Club will please go on campus. Who opened my museum in 1921. I was so proud that he's here. He's my very good friend. And also Toby Akisoya and the Professor Odesh, all those are art collectors, very, very close to me. I said I was giving to, when I go to Imo State, I see a different thing that government for what is doing. I have never, we are probably were in Imo State. We got to Abia and now from Edo State. We are from Edo State. There are a lot of committees, SAG or USA, has come for committee of presenting this to you, and I said I must present it in Lagos. Yes. Welcome to Chairman of the Yoruba Tennis Club.
Latino Show, BOS, the globally acknowledged leading brand in the cutting-edge, inimitable production of groundbreaking events dating back many decades, prepares to celebrate its Silver Jubilee anniversary. It's time to blow our own trumpet resoundingly, stating the qualities that have continued to endear the BOS brand to all our fans across and beyond Nigeria. In the last 25 years, the Biscon Tv show, BOS, which is the longest-running general interest magazine program on television in Nigeria, has covered and broadcasted events of social, economic, corporate, political, and entertainment values every week unfailingly. With iconic events dating back many decades captured for posterity, BOS honors those living and immortalizes the dead everlastingly. The Biscon Tv show, BOS, proudly boasts of being one of the broadcast outfits with the richest library of archives of past events. The Biscon Tv show's awesome archive of iconic events parade the coverage of convocations of universities, coronations of traditional rulers, inaugurations of state governors in Nigeria, the inaugurations of Nigerian presidents, and President Barack Obama of the United States of America. 2010 World Cup in South Africa, covered by the ubiquitous Biscon Tv show, BOS. BOS was also at the inauguration of the Alake of Egbaland 16 years ago, Oba of Benin 8 years ago, Oni of Ife, Ulu of Warri, and many more. As for the birthday, anniversary, and weddings of the high and mighty in the society, the BOS archives is replete with very exciting pan and beyond Nigerian super coverages. As for the festivals like Calabar Carnival, Ujude Oba Festival of the Ijebus, Lishabi Festival of the Egbas of Ogun State, and others, the Biscon Tv show BOS simply is the toast of all. The corporate concerns, the banks, telecommunication companies, and other business concerns have made BOS their prime choice over the years. The newspapers, state governments would rather the almighty Biscon Tv show give the coverage of their awards our inimitable packaging, as exemplified by what we have in the awesome BOS archives. The Bisi Olatilo Show, BOS, is the preferred choice of state governments in the propagation and publicity of their programs to their different constituents in different states, because the Bisi Olatilo Show is the #1 program they've all been watching religiously in the last 25 years. In fact, the Bisi Olatilo Show, BOS, commissioned to provide a comprehensive nationwide campaign program for President Goodluck Jonathan, President Muhammadu Buhari, and President Bola Tinubu, which took the BOS team around the country campaigning for votes for the candidates at the time. The Bisi Olatilo Show, BOS, was also involved in rigorous campaign for Governor Duoye Diri of Bayelsa State, Senator Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, and Governor Gboyega Oyetola of Osun State. Incidentally, these were all clients of BOS from the two different political parties, APC and PDP. Also, in the very rich archives of BOS, with events that span over 25 years, is the one where BOS paid an everlasting honor to immortalize Nigeria's First Lady of all times, Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, who died 19 years ago.
yín ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá ẹ bá mi sọ pé ẹni sùúrù ẹni ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú wa àmúre lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú ìtọ́jú wa àmúre ẹ bá mi pàdé fún bàbá. Fantastic. Yes. Mo ti ní ṣe mọ̀ nígbà tẹ́ ń pè mí ẹ ti pè mí bí ẹ̀mejì mo ní mi gbọ́dọ̀ wọ́n ní kí n dé mi 10 kí n wá sùn. tí mo tètè dé inú mi dùn mo wò ráhùn mo lé lédè bàbá ẹ ti wá ní ayé ẹ ti gbé ní ayé gbogbo téèyàn ṣe láyé ẹ ti ṣe ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ àtàrà àfẹ́ ẹ ti bí sun ẹ ti bí wà ẹ ti tó àwọn èèyàn ti dìde lára yín àwọn èèyàn ń jọlá yín àwọn ń jọlá yín Bishop wá sí ayé ẹ̀dẹ̀ nípa láyé torí èdè mi àárín lórí àpáta kò ní nípa ṣùgbọ́n ẹ ní ipa ó ń wù wá lórí eléyìí tó yàtọ̀ inú mi dùn ayọ̀ mi kún bàbá inú mi dùn torí pé nǹkan tí àwọn tọ́lọ̀ ń kẹ́ tó bá lágbára ọlọ́run Olódùmarè àgbáyé àtúbọ̀ dalẹ̀ sí ọ̀dọ́ onídẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ ilé náà ní rallying point láyé àwọn baba ńlá wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe ọ̀dọ́ ilé iṣẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ ilé náà lẹ ti ń ṣe yìí torí eléyìí kàmàmà eléyìí ó yani lẹ́nu lágbára ọlọ́run Olódùmarè ọ̀dọ́ ilé máa ń pẹ́ láyé lágbára ọlọ́run ọ̀dọ́ yìí o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ olóyìnbó máa ń gbọ́ ọ̀dọ́ ilé ní rallying point torí ọ̀dọ́ tó bá sán ogun ọ̀nà máa fà sí ọdún wájú fà sẹ́yìn lágbára ọlọ́run Olódùmarè bí ọ̀tún ṣe ń pè é tó sì ń pè é ó máa pọ̀ sí ni ó máa pọ̀ sí ni o gbogbo.
Thank you very much.
Receive all the glory in the name of Jesus. Daddy, we gather here together for this occasion
that have given birth to this. Thank you, Lord Almighty, for all that you have set together and all that you have put together for this blessing. Father, because you are the beginning of all things, and the onset of this will release it into your hand now. Father, take all the glory and take your place in this institution. As we go on in this inauguration and the opening of this edifice, Lord, will release it into your hand. Take through by your spirit, and at the end, take all the glory.
Very much, the Honorable Minister of State. I had a meeting with him before I went to Cape Verde, and I had a lot of advice for how we need to move the healthcare in Nigeria forward. So please, sir, the Honorable Commissioner of Health, can you take my humble remarks back to the Honorable Minister of State that I gave him an audience over an hour for us to have a lot of discussions. Thank you, sir. This marks a significant milestone in our commitment to delivering exceptional healthcare services that are compassionate, ethical, and cutting edge. My journey began a long time, and a lot of my close associates since I came back to Nigeria, and when I came back in the 80s, even to get an x-ray was a challenge. The Luth we had, the x-ray was, machine was broken down. I always said, I'm going to have a diagnostic center. And that's what the mission and passion. Over the years, is decades of passion and mission. Our journey began with a vision to create a healthcare facility that not only meets but exceeds the exceptions of our community. We aspired to establish a place where advanced medical technology that can be got anywhere in the world can be got in Nigeria, and health care converge, providing an unparalleled healing environment. As we open our doors today, I am delighted to share that our vision has become a reality. On this stage, I also pause again. You can always have a vision, but sometimes you can't actualize your vision because you don't have the backing of people to help you out, give you advice, and also financial backing. On my knees, I'm thanking my father, because without him, Dad won't be here today. Please help me rise and thank Sir Dr. Kesintin Adebukola, latest technology, and staffed by a team of dedicated professionals. One of my staff sang the national anthem. I think she did very well. Please clap for her. We are multi-skilled, and I have excellent staff. For the last couple of months, 3 to 4 months, we've been training and retraining to give you exceptional services in Nigeria. The hospital is equipped to handle a wide range of medical conditions. I won't go through them. At the core of our mission is a steadfast commitment to compassion and ethics. It encompasses not just the body, but also the mind and spirit. And in that vein, apart from all the medical technology, we have a chapel that you can go back, you can have there, and you can have some spiritual connection. Our approach to healthcare is holistic, treating every patient with the dignity and respect they deserve. We're here to listen, to care, and to support you every step of the way. Our patient-centered approach extends beyond the walls of our hospital. We believe in building strong relationships with our patients and their families, offering support and guidance throughout the healthcare journey. We're dedicated to creating an environment where patients feel safe, comfortable, and confident in the care they receive. Our commitment to ethical practices ensures that every decision we make prioritizes the well-being and rights of our patients. Innovation is another pillar of our hospital. We have integrated advanced medical technologies and evidence-based practices. We will continue to seek partnership both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. And we've started discussions even with outside Nigeria to ensure that Nigerians have the best care they can get anywhere in the world. Our team of experts are continuously engaged in research and education, striving to stay at the forefront of medical advancement. As we celebrate the grand opening, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have supported us on this journey. It was a long journey. It's a story for another day. From our dedicated staff and medical professionals to our sponsors, partners, and the community, your unwavering support has been instrumental in making this dream a reality. We are honored to serve the people of Lagos and Nigeria in extension, and are committed to making a positive impact on the health and well-being of our community. We are excited to embark on the journey. This journey it's not only one person, it's a journey we'll all take together, with you to become a trusted partner in your health and well-being. Thank you for being part of this special day and your support as we open our doors to the community. Together we'll build a healthier future for Nigeria. Together we'll build a better Nigeria for all of us, Africa and beyond. Welcome to the future of healthcare. Warmest regards. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Health, without a doubt, is the bedrock of any concept of productivity and prosperity. Therefore, all attempts to improve the lives and lots of Nigerians through the provision of state-of-art healthcare infrastructure is laudable and must be supported wholeheartedly. I look forward to celebrating many more milestones with Diamed as they blaze the trail in this pivotal sector to our nation's development. At Wema Bank, our tagline is "With you all the way." This auspicious event to commission this facility here today is a strong demonstration that we walk our talk. We have been
and preserved and very much in Egypt that is known for healthcare. We have been working since 40 years ago, and I'm here with the group CEO, Mr. Neeraj Mishra. We've come all the way from Egypt to support Dr. Abiola Davis, and we're very, very thrilled to be here and embark this journey for healthcare and provide the best medical care service to Nigerian citizens. Thank you very much.
The culmination of a remarkable journey and the beginning of a new era in healthcare excellence in our region. The story of Diamed Center is one of resilience, determination, and vision. Dr. Olorode, your leadership and unwavering commitment have turned what seemed to be an insurmountable challenge into a beacon of hope and innovation. Despite numerous hurdles, construction challenges, COVID pandemic, and the ever-present issue of currency volatility, you have persevered and brought to life this state-of-the-art facility. At GE Healthcare, we are incredibly proud to have been a part of this journey. Our partnership with Diamed is a testament to our shared vision of advancing healthcare and making world-class medical services accessible to more people. It is a privilege that a selection of GE Healthcare's most advanced equipment are integral to the operations at this center. These technologies are designed to provide unparalleled clinical benefits, from the high-resolution imaging of the Signa Explorer MRI, which enables precision diagnosis, to the Revolution Maxima CT, which offers exceptional speed and accuracy in scanning, the Senograph Pristina Mammography, which offers patient comfort and superior image quality, while the Vivid E95 and Volusin S10 ultrasounds provide advanced diagnostic capabilities for cardiac and OBGYN care, respectively. We indeed look forward to the tremendous impact that this center will have on the community, and it will undoubtedly enhance diagnostic capacity and set new standards
for medical excellence in Lagos State. At GE Healthcare, we're driven by our purpose to create a world where healthcare has no limits. Our mission is to enable healthcare providers to deliver the best possible care to their patients. Together, we are digitizing healthcare, driving productivity to improve the lives of patients, and create meaningful efficiencies for providers, health systems, and researchers all over the world. As I conclude and as we celebrate this milestone, we are mindful of the fact that healthcare is not just about technologies, it's about people. It's about the dedicated professionals who would use these tools to change lives. And we're committed to partnering with your team, Dr. Lorede, for the long term, and we will continue to enable them to do their work better and more efficiently. We look to the future with optimism and with determination, and together we'll continue to push the boundaries of excellence in healthcare service delivery. Now, to borrow from one of Dr. Olorede's fondest quotes, the best way not to feel hopeless is to get up and do something. And indeed, you and your team at Diamed have done exactly that. And we're proud to be your partners in this journey. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
There is a place unlike any other. A place where hope meets healing, and where fear is replaced with reassurance. A place where science and artistry meet to create a symphony of healing. It's the warmth of a smile, the gentle touch of a hand. It's the fluttering of a beating heart. We are dedicated healthcare professionals, delivering compassionate, ethical, and cutting-edge services tirelessly every second, hour, every day. We listen to your story. The story of a young girl, bright-eyed and filled with wonder, whose fears are quelled through gentle care. We become her beacon of light. We utilize state-of-the-art equipment to ensure the highest quality of care for our patient. From digital x-rays to high-resolution imaging, our technology allows us to deliver exceptional results with unparalleled precision through innovative technology and compassionate care. In the heart of our community, there is a place unlike any other, a place where healing is the art and the patient the masterpiece. Trust us at Diamed Center to guide you towards health, because to us, your story matters. This is Diamed Center, redefining healthcare excellence.
Our royal fathers permit me to stand on the existing protocol. It is a thing of immense gratitude to the good Lord and a great delight to have the privilege of being part of this exciting ceremony. Being the commissioning of Diamond Hospital for my daughter, Dr. Mrs. Abiola Olorode, in whom I'm much pleased, as I am equally to all that the good Lord has given me to father and mentor. I must appreciate especially the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency, Distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu CON, who despite very tight schedule has come all the way to commission this project. Yes, Your Excellency, people tell me you will be here. I told people you will be here. I told people my association with the Tinubus dated back over 2 decades. Shivadebayo Bankola Yoku was the anchor. He died 70 years ago. And the association dated back before his death. Mommy, I thank you very much. Even though when I address you, my sister, you will say, Daddy, Baba President. So, I don't have enough words to thank you for coming. By so doing, we'll be contributing our culture in reducing medical tourism and also strengthening the value of our local currency. External gratitude to Your Excellency and beloved First Lady. I want to highly appreciate our Governor, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and all the state actors for making it to be a part at this commissioning ceremony. We will not forget the gesture in a hurry. It will amount to a height of gratefulness. Everything was perfected. I don't know whether he's here. I thank you very much. History had it that Nigeria, and in particular the University of Ibadan, in the past, used to be the destination of choice for medical treatment across the world. If that is not an overstatement, we all have a collective responsibility to bring back the good old days. Indeed, our glorious past is one of the incentives that motivated the setting up of Diamond Medical Center. Given the family background of integrity, proficiency, and reliability in whatever we lay our hands upon, I want to vouchsafe that the services that will be rendered at this hospital shall be top grade, and it shall be a pride in Nigeria and abroad, God willing. I thank you all for gracing this occasion and wish us Godspeed in our various undertakings. But before I take my seat, I thank the God Almighty for all His mercies on my family. Many people work harder than us and not having the grace and not having a fraction of the mercies we are having from God. When we started this project, we made a budget. The budget went up by 50%, 100%. It got to a stage when I thought perhaps the project will be granted. But in His mercy, to my family, everything went through, and today the project is completed. So I thank God. Thank you all with extreme regards. Thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that was the chairman of Diamond Medical Center, Sir Kashinti Adebukola Adebutu, giving God the glory. Can we please give him a round of applause?
And to make sure that I make myself available for this event, needs him to express to you his gratitude and his congratulations for such a wonderful edifice. But as I represent him and also speak for the attributes and the strategies of not just the Federal Ministry of Health, but also the Ministry of Health in Lagos State, I am sure you want to hear what plans we have to ensure that a place like this flourishes and a healthcare delivery and even the to neutralize citizens for medical care, and having neutralized it, to reverse it. And a place like this, as you can see in Lagos, almost every month we are commissioning facilities of this nature, and I personally have found that very soon there will be no medical facility, no medical procedure that will not be able to be performed in Lagos State. There was a recent poll on the best medical care provision city in Africa, and Lagos actually came 8th out of all the cities in Africa. I suspect that with this kind of facility, sir, very soon we're going to migrate up the pool, and in the near distant future we may be competing with cities like Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Cairo, as we have the lady who represented Egypt here. We're competing with you. But what are we doing as a government? Everybody hears about brain drain. Well, we are concerned about brain drain, but we're also strategically targeting a concept called brain gain. And this facility that you've built here, sir, is exactly in line with the government's strategy to attract thousands and thousands of Nigerian specialists that are working in Europe, America, and elsewhere to come back home. And that is our strategy of brain gain. We can't expect a specialist that has been working in Europe and America for 15, 20, 30 years with all the modern amenities at their disposal to come home and put them in a facility that has no light, no water, and no equipment. But as you will see when we walk around this facility, if you are in this facility, you might as well be in London or New York. But we are concerned about brain drain. And Mr. Governor, with support from the Honorable Minister of State, we're thinking of expanding our human resources for health training in Lagos to make many more hundreds of doctors and nurses and allied health professionals in the next 5 years, so that we can compensate for the brain drain phenomenon that is happening in Nigeria. And so we plan to produce thousands of medical professionals. And a facility like this, I am sure, will qualify for a place where our training doctors and our training nurses can come and learn as part of their training curriculum. The Honorable Minister and myself spent a week in California about 3 weeks ago. We represented Nigeria at the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas. Thousands of Nigerian doctors came to that convention. And our mission really was to tell them that Lagos and Nigeria is ready for you to come home. And with facilities like this, I am sure, sir, that effort that we made to go to the United States, and we have another plan for Europe, is to be able to attract and tell the doctors and medical professionals abroad that Nigeria is ready for you. Nigeria is ready because you're going to be looking for specialists that are going to man this fantastic facility that you have here. It is also important for us as government to enforce our regulatory function. And we do that with great commitment in Lagos, because if you set up a facility like this, it costs money. And you must a return on investment. And therefore, it's important for us to stop quackery in Lagos and people pretending that they can do the things that you can do here with the type of equipment and the human resources you have. So it's important for us as government to ensure that they are in their right lane and perform procedures based on the equipment that they are disposed to use. On that note, sir, I want to congratulate you and your entire team. I want to thank all the dignitaries that have been here. Wonderful to congratulate the Managing Director and CEO, to all our royal fathers, distinguished guests, and on behalf of my governor, His Excellency Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, this is certainly another feather in our cap as Lagos tries to make itself the #1 destination for medical tourism in sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you very much, sir.
Shegun Ajayi and I are here to give a short thank you, so please bear with us. And we will also have some announcements about the information on the tour that will happen immediately after Her Excellency's keynote address. And the tour will take place in groups so that we can all enjoy the facility and we have the opportunity to learn and ask questions. Thank you very much.
I'm delighted to be here today at the commissioning of Diamond Center here in Lekki, Lagos State. I am here to honor a great man who is also a member of the Board of Trustees of the New Era Foundation, Sir Dr. Kesintin Adebukola Adebutu, CFR, an industrialist, a renowned philanthropist, and business mogul. As we gather in this multi-specialist center, we are not just here to commission a building, but we are ushering in a new era of advanced medical care and innovation in Nigeria. Professor Abayomi, representing the Minister for Health, please pardon me. I know you are the Commissioner for Lagos. Please pardon me. I must say that proper diagnosis is the bedrock of quality healthcare delivery. Therefore, this facility will further strengthen Nigeria's effort in repositioning the healthcare sector and aid quality healthcare delivery for Nigerians. This truly gladdens my heart. This event is also crucial as advanced imaging services plays crucial role in timely diagnosis. I congratulate the entire board, management and staff of Diamond Center, particularly the chairman of Diamond Center, Dr. Kesintin Adebutu, CFR, for this noble endeavor and the very many humanitarian activities that you have embarked upon over the years for the greater good of our beloved country. I thank you, sir, and I celebrate you. As I was informed, the vision of mission of Diamond Center and its position to offer comprehensive, evidence-based medical services across various specialties resonate deeply with the healthcare agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed CFR under the Renewed Hope Action Plan for a Better Nigeria. The administration has implemented reforms and is investing significantly in the health sector to deliver better health outcomes for Nigerians. In line with the reforms and policy agenda defined by the universal health coverage, I have also been informed that this center occupies a strategic position in the 4-point agenda of the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, which are 1. Improving governance and leadership, 2. Improving population health outcomes, 3. Medical industrialization, unlocking value chains. And 4. Health security, enhancing emergency preparedness. Our dream towards obtaining universal health coverage, a package of health care that is efficient in quality, effective and affordable, is the responsibility and duty of all. This dream cannot be attained without engaging the private sector and the full activation of health insurance. Public-private partnerships stand at the forefront of these transformative efforts, merging resources and expertise to elevate care standards. As we look to the future, collaborations across sector and borders are necessary to drive innovation, share knowledge, and improve patient outcomes. DAMED Center exemplifies what can be achieved when we work together, the government, the private sector, and dedicated healthcare professionals. Once again, I congratulate the chairman, entire board, the CEO, management, and staff of DAMED Center. Please continue to raise the standard even as new grounds are explored in medical technology. May this center serve as a place of healing and hope for many years to come. God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
To God be all the glory for this wonderful facility. We thank God also at the beginning, also the end. And we pray that this
Senator Oluredi Tinubu, CON, First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the day that the Lord has made, the 18th of July, 2024. All glory and honor goes to Almighty God. Thank you very much. For the last 10, 15 years, it's something I've wanted to do. So it took from the time I got the feasibility study, trying to look for the land, trying to get the perfection of the land, trying to get your planning permit, trying to get the building up, trying to get the equipment and all that. So it's a lot of journey. There have been a lot of challenges. It took us a while to get all our papers together for planning and all that. We had challenges in the initial structure. We had to do some demolition to do another structure that was the right standards. So and then we got caught in the forex wala. The challenges with the way the forex became very expensive. A lot of the equipment are forex based. So it made the construction of the building more expensive than what we envisaged, but we thank God we're able to raise the funds to accomplish it, and that's what you see today. Also the glory of the Almighty God.
Now this project is quite enormous, so how happy are you today about the commissioning, and what gap do you hope that Diamond Medical Center will fill in Nigeria?
I am overwhelmed. First of all, I'm overwhelmed that despite all the challenges, we were able to finally get the structure to this stage. Number two also is that why I'm overwhelmed is that the dignitaries that came today, I feel honored that they found it fit to rejoice and felicitate with our family on this achievement. I'm also overwhelmed that we can finally open our doors and do what we want to do. But this is the beginning of the journey.
this is the more difficult part. It's always easy to build, but it's more challenging to maintain it. So I think next step is for us to make sure that quality healthcare is given in Nigeria when people enter our doors.
As the Biscon Tv show, BOS, the globally acknowledged leading brand in the cutting-edge, inimitable production of groundbreaking events dating back many decades, prepares to celebrate its Silver Jubilee anniversary. It's time to blow our own trumpet resoundingly, stating the qualities that have continued to endear the BOS brand to all our fans across and beyond Nigeria. In the last 25 years, the Biscon Tv show, BOS, which is the longest-running general interest magazine program on television in Nigeria, has covered and broadcasted events of social, economic, corporate, political, and entertainment values every week unfailingly, with iconic events dating back many decades.